How do I find the best people to hire on a budget? Hiring is one of the trickiest parts of building a business, in my opinion, because who you hire is basically what your business becomes. Because the people that hire the best people, the best talented, skilled, hungry people are the ones that build the best business. And with budget pressures, it makes it even harder. But after 20 years of hiring team members all over the world, I've learned one big truth, a truth that you can't avoid, and that's you get what you pay for. Real quick, if these episodes help you in any way, hit subscribe. It helps us keep bringing you practical business insights 3 times a week for free. Thanks. Most entrepreneurs, they try to hack hiring. They're looking for a deal. They're looking for the diamond in the rough. I know this for a fact because I used to be one of those people. I thought that I could, find somebody that's really hungry and ambitious and smart, and they're just up and coming, and I'll just be able to afford them, and then they can grow with me. Very hard to find, in my opinion, impossible to find. The person who will work for peanuts and then somehow deliver like a rock star only exists in your head. It only exists in your dreams. But in reality, that is just not the case. The case is that everybody that you see out there has value. And the more valuable they are, the more expensive they will be to hire. If you underpay, you usually get underperformance, or they're just low in talent or skill. We have to establish this truth. There is such a thing called talent and skill. There's such a thing that people have experience. There's such a thing that people just are objectively better at something than somebody else. And you have to pay for that delivery of that kind of work. If people are great at something, you're going to have to pay a little bit more than somebody who's mediocre. I find that when you try to hire looking for a deal, trying to find somebody that's less expensive, you end up with a lot of things you don't want to deal with, like missed deadlines and low initiative or high turnover where they just leave you when you need them most. This leads to costing you more than you think, right? It actually ends up costing you more than just hiring the more expensive person, the more skilled and qualified person in the first place. Instead, I want you to have a better mindset when it comes to hiring. And that mindset is have or create a budget to get the job done. When you have a problem in your business that needs solving, like sales or marketing or customer support, that's a problem that needs solving. How can you use your budget to get that problem solved? Then find the best way to allocate that budget for that result, okay? I'm going to break down and give you some examples exactly what that means, but think about solving the problem, getting a certain job done in your business rather than I need to find 1 or 2 or 3 people to do this job. Let's say you got $4,000 a month in your budget to spend on customer support. You're getting a lot of emails, a lot of customer support queries, and you need somebody else or a team to handle this. Now, you've got a few choices. I'm going to give you some random choices here. These are viable choices, but they're not your only choices. The first one is maybe you hire out of the Philippines. Philippines is a great place to hire because you get exceptional workers, people that are good at what they do at a pretty reasonable price. You could hire 4 full-time support reps for $1,000 a month each. That's one option. You can get 4 people working for you for $1,000 a month, and that would exhaust your $4,000 total budget. Or option number 2 is that you can hire out of South America or South Africa, where you can get 2 solid customer support reps for $2,000 a month each. Or you can hire out of the US, the UK, Canada, or Australia, and maybe you can hire 1 part-timer for 30 hours a week for the same budget, for $4,000. Which one is best? Well, this is how you can know which is best. Use this rule. You don't hire based on how many people you can afford. You hire based on who will get the job done best. Sometimes hiring 1 higher skilled, more experienced person beats 4 lower skilled people. Other times, you really do need that coverage if you want to offer 24/7 support and have people take shifts at different times at different parts of the world. So a team in a lower cost country might make sense. Let me give you some counterintuitive examples. And here's where it really gets interesting, okay? Example number 1 is customer support coverage. If your customers are global, let's say around the world, hiring 2 reps in South America might give you a time zone coverage. And if they're fluent in English and Spanish, you cover 2 languages. That actually outperforms 4 cheaper hires in one region. Let's go with another example, high-skilled jobs like engineers, like salespeople, like management, okay? One top-tier hire can produce 10x the output. I'm telling you, I've experienced this over and over and over in my career as an entrepreneur, where I've had one person on my team that produces 10x the return on investment than another employee. And sometimes they're in the same, field. They could be two different engineers. One engineer is just producing so much better work and high quality and volume. So paying that person 1.5 or 2x the going salary can actually save you money because you're buying an incredible tool for leveraging your business. I'm not calling them a tool. I'm just calling them a huge asset to the business. That A player might close more deals than 5 average sales reps combined. In my opinion, this is one of the biggest hacks that you can deploy in your business right now is hire an A player, somebody that is way above average and therefore deserves way above average salary, but you're going to get so much in return. Let me give you an example or just expand on what I've been talking about when it comes to productivity versus headcount. I once hired a team of bargain developers overseas, and it sounds great because you have all these hands on deck to, ship features and fix bugs and help, the company develop better code and all that kind of stuff, right? And it's low cost, but the coordination, the missed deadlines, the rework we had to do after all the damage that was done almost killed us, right? Later, I hired one senior engineer at double the cost of one of those engineers. And guess what? That one hire shipped more code faster, and was better than the entire team. That one person was producing better results than just having a bunch of people that were mediocre or below average. So the counterintuitive truth is sometimes fewer, better people are more cost effective than spreading your budget thin. And guess what? When you have less people, you have less people to manage. Every time you bring somebody on your team, there's onboarding, there's training, there's management. You want to make sure that they're feeling rewarded. You want to make sure they're motivated. You want to make sure that you have time to talk to you if you have questions or need training or whatever it might be. So how do you apply all this when you're on a tight budget? We've got to answer this question, okay? Step 1, define the outcome clearly. What exactly does success look like after this is done, after this role is fulfilled? What are you looking for? Are you looking for faster response time when it comes to customer support, or is the quality of the response more important and you're willing to sacrifice, first response time, meaning like, I want high quality, but the response will be within 24 hours rather than 5 minutes. Are you looking for more sales closed? Is that what you're hiring the sales position for? Is it purely for that? Or you want to qualified leads and get some sales? You want somebody who's a little bit dynamic? Are you looking for a better designed product like UX and UI? Or is it about somebody that can do design okay, but also can do the coding? Or is design the top reason why you are suffering right now, where you are not doing very well in your business and you need to get the best of the best and focus all your budget on that? Step 2, allocate your budget to results, not headcount. Don't ask how many people can I afford. Ask which plan will deliver the best results within this budget. Okay, I have this budget. What's the best way I can get the best results? Sometimes that's a part-time hire. Maybe that's a consultant. Maybe that's a freelancer. Maybe that's somebody who's working project-based, like on Upwork. Maybe with your budget, if it's like $4,000 a month, let's say, instead of getting whatever you're trying to get done in 1 month, you get it done in 3 months, but the quality is super high because you spread it over 3 months. So now your budget's not really $4,000, but more like $12,000. Tip number 3, pay above market in lower cost regions. If you hire out of the Philippines or South America or wherever, don't just pay average, pay above market. You'll attract the best talent in that region and they'll stick with you longer because they're going to think twice before leaving you, knowing that I can't get the same salary if I start all over. So you're investing in loyalty. When I hire, I think, okay, how can I pay this person so that they stick with me for at least next 3 to 5 years? Because I want to get a return on the investment I'm making with this person, not only in terms of the money, but the time I spend on training and cultivating their talents and making sure they're working at their best. And finally, tip number 4, invest in A players for critical roles. I'm talking about leadership, I'm talking about engineering, I'm talking about product, I'm talking about sales. Anything that deals with how you make money, okay? You want to splurge if you can. One great person can change your company. I would also add marketing to that, because marketing in a lot of ways in the digital world is how you bring in high qualified leads and customers that then can be easy to sell to. So, Rob, who asked today's question, the answer is this: stop hunting for a deal when you are hiring for people. Okay. You get what you pay for. Use your budget to get the job done, not to maximize headcount, even if you need to do it over a longer period of time, or it's going to, allow you to just get started. Sometimes you have a budget. Okay. Just get started with a part time hire so that you can get a return on that investment and take that return in money that you make from the business because you invested in your business. It's a better business now, and then go and take that money and hire somebody that can give you more time, or hire somebody that's higher qualified. This is why I always say, when you're making your first few hires in your business, one, try to get a hire that's going to free up your time so that you can make more money for the company. But two, try to hire positions that will get you a return on investment, meaning that directly impact the dollars you make in your business. Now, sometimes when you're trying to solve the problem that you're trying to solve in your business with hiring, it means hiring more people. But sometimes it means fewer, but better people, but people that are just on top of it. And in the long run, the right hire will always be cheaper than the wrong hire, because wrong hires will cost you not only time and money of all the time they were with you in the company, you got to fix all the problems that they created while they were there. And trust me, I've made some really bad hires. I'm not ashamed to admit it because I've learned from it. That cost me a lot of money. I had a bad hire that cost me over $250,000. So I don't want you to make that mistake. Hire the best possible talent with your budget. Thanks for the great question, Rob. If you want more real and actionable insights for growing your business, then you're going to want to join our weekly newsletter called the 3 Things newsletter. Every week, I send you 3 things: something to think about, something to do, and something to learn. So you're skilling up every single week. It only takes 5 minutes to consume, and it's free. It's value packed, and over 800 people have signed up just last week. Just go to 100mba.net/newsletter to sign up and get started. Before I go, I want to leave you with this. There is a rule I learned the hard way in hiring, and that is trust but verify. Always, 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 when you make a hire, put them on a test project, on a probation period, on a trial run, where you just tell them, hey, we're going to work with each other for the first 2 months, 3 months. And at the end of the 3 months, we can, shake hands and say goodbye to each other if it's not a good fit for either of us. But this is your chance to see how they actually work with real problems, with real customers, with real challenges in your business, with your teammates, so that you make sure they're a cultural fit as well. And that way you don't invest too much money into the wrong hire. Sometimes we make the wrong mistake. Some people really interview really well and their evaluations are great. But what you really want to do is make sure, with a trial run in the real world, in your business, to see if they can actually do the job that they say they can. So that 3-month period gives you some wiggle room to figure out. It's kind of like a extended interview. So this way, you're not putting up so much money to find out if you have the right person. Thanks so much, and I'll check you in the next episode.